Hello. Can you hear me today? Am I clearer than normal? That's the real question. Look, everybody, I got fancy and got a lapel mic. Isn't that crazy? Anyways, yeah, welcome to Side Dish. It's April 2nd, and we're going to be making rice-a-roni rice pilaf. It's really the only way I'm going to win against rice pilaf. So we're, we're going to see what we're going to do. No, we're not going to do that. But I thought it was hilarious that for some reason we had this sitting in our pantry, and I was like, let's try it. So along with that, so what we're actually going to do is we're going to make a rice pilaf with lemony brown butter mushrooms. So it takes a little bit of time. We're also going to make a whiskey sour. So that's good. Carmen is behind the camera today. She's running shop. Amy's in Elko, Nevada today for a teachers union fund. And Denise is here to assist as needed. Oh, and as a bonus, we're going to make homemade chocolate chip cookie ice cream sandwiches. I already made the cookies and I already made the ice cream. So you can probably guess what's going to happen next. So if you can hear us, if you can hear me pretty well, then let me know. Then we're good to go. Yeah. Okay. So I've got a lot of stuff here already done because it's a lot of chopping and other things. I wanted to show you these. These are fresh bay, well, not fresh, but they're dried bay leaves from, I want to say Barbados. Yes. Yeah, they are. I mean, you think that was big. Look at this guy. So they smell unbelievable. Like if you get dried bay leaves in the store, these blow them out of the water. It's unbelievably good. So yes, I am heard. Thank you, John. So there's a lot of moving parts here. So the first thing we need to do is actually we need a tablespoon of oil, and because apparently rice pilaf is not just rice. Did you know that? Because I didn't. Some of the recipes I found just have rice in it, but most of the ones that are fancy have like orzo, which is a pasta, rice-like pasta. And so I've got some orzo today, and that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to let this warm up a little bit. I've got 1 tablespoon of oil in here. We're going to need 5 in total, but that's 1, so we have 4 to go if you're mathing it today. Let's see, what happened this week? Holy moly. Well, today, Carmen and I had a great adventure today. We went and got blood. We gave blood for tests today for lab work. How many vials did you give today, Carmen?
7.
I gave 4. No, I gave 3, and Carmen gave 7. And all kinds of fun stuff. But we are, we're trying to get everybody healthy, and we're trying to get testing, and we're trying to get all that stuff done. So not that everybody's sick. I'm just saying, it's good to know. So what this is warmed up. So you want to take your orzo, which is, we're basically toasting this, and I'm just going to put that in the pot. I've got another pan here because I want to get that or bowl there, because I want to push it in there. But I want to cover everything in the oil, and the reason for that is because I want it. There's only 1 tablespoon, but I want it to cover everything because really, again, like I said, we're just toasting this. So this is the first time with the lapel mic. So if it is, we can't see your pans. What does that even mean? You can't see the pans? I can see the pans. Oh, you adjusted. Okay. Okay. So I'm just spreading this out so it gets to the surface. Again, give her a break. She's doing great for her first time out. Though the screen was giving us a little bit of a guff. It was showing a blank screen, even though what we were. Yeah, I don't understand. It's really big. Was weird about that. So as long as you can see me on the screen, then that's all we really care about at this point. So I'm gonna let this go, and it's about 2 minutes. You want to stir pretty consistently because you don't want anything to burn. And again, over medium heat, but this thing, it's kind of a heat monster, a dragon as it would be. So well, I'm pretty sure spring has sprung. We've had really great weather here so far. My lawn is greening up. I've seen so many like bulbs popped out and they look really beautiful. So, you know, it's time to get out there and get that garden going. I got to get some peas in the ground tomorrow. Actually, I got to clean the bed up and then put peas in the ground. But, you know, nobody's perfect. What else is going on? What are you going to, let's see. I got a bunch of herbs I planted. Well, they're seedlings coming up. I've got tomatoes. I got jalapenos. Got some onion sets that are going to be coming up shortly. You know, I'm trying to make the season go by so I have something in the ground. Oh, and some lettuces, which I'll plant tomorrow as well, because they'll come up outside. During the day, it'll be really good for them. So, okay. So you can kind of see, right? That's starting to toast up there. So I'm taking it off the heat because I think it's done. I don't want to overdo it. So now you want to reserve this pan because you're going to need it later. Just make sure you don't put it somewhere where you're going to burn yourself. You know. Let's see. What did we watch? What did we watch while Amy's been out of town? We sort of started watching Constantine last night, and then that stopped playing. And then did I fall asleep last night, or was it the night before? That we both fell asleep on the couch and we were. That's right. That's right. We had Sonic, and it was holy moly. Even though I wasn't feeling tired, as soon as I was done eating, I fell asleep so hard. So, come on. This is not the right tool for this. That's a food pusher. I need one of these. Yeah. Because it's not the right edges. So the oil and stuff is still hot here. Not like I'm taking it off the heat. It's still warm. So, okay, now I got a Dutch oven. So I need 2 tablespoons of butter. And then I'm going to add in the shallots, which I have 2 large shallots here. These were actually 3 sort of medium-sized ones, which will get you too large. I'm sort of letting it heat up a little bit here, and then I'm going to throw the butter in. Now we're going to go while on these because these are going to crisp. We want these shallots to be crispy. I know, right? Crispy shallots, but we know how good the crispy onions are for the topper for the Thanksgiving mushroom casserole. There we go. So yeah, Mockingbird. Ooh, nice. Yeah. Do your cats bring in? Oh, do your cats bring in or birds and stuff like that thing? I don't. These are This one is a Cuisinart. We have another one, which I don't think is Le Creuset, but yeah, but Lodge is good. Le Creuset. I mean, I think like a good Dutch oven is something you should invest in. You're gonna want one that's enameled. You're gonna want one that's gonna last a while. You know, take care of it, wash it nicely, and keep it. But I use my Dutch oven for everything. Like I use it for this kind of stuff. I use it for frying, long braises. I mean, it's perfect. Goes in the oven, can be on the stove top. It's really good. The other thing I discovered that you can braise on your Traeger, you can just throw everything in there, keep the lid off, and you get the nice smoky flavors and stuff like that, and it looks really good. So Lodges, I mean, if you can afford the Le Creuset, obviously it's like a Cadillac, right, John? But you know, if you can't, Lodge is a good brand. This Cuisinart one we've had this blue one for years, and the red one, which again, that one could be a fancier, but I don't know. So I'm breaking these up a little bit here so that we can get, there's more surface area. And I'm just kind of I'm going to let these kind of do their thing. So, if you go back, if you want to, for the cookies, the ice cream sandwiches, just I'm using the brown butter cookie recipe that we made, which it's in one of the episodes, I'm sure if you search it, and our ice cream base for vanilla ice cream, which we never made vanilla ice cream, but we have made ice cream plenty of times. So just as a quick side there, if you want to go and, track those down after the episode and make some yourself. So these are gonna, like I said, these are gonna crisp up, and then once I do that, I'm going to add in 2 cloves of garlic. These were fairly big, but if you had medium ones, you can be fine. And these are just gonna go for a minute until they, like they get fragrant. What else is going on? I mean, it's been kind of busy week and work. I've been our first week, full week back to work, and so I've been kind of busy finding problems and fixing them. Stuff that happens when you're out of office, but nothing serious. But Amy's, like I said, Amy's been since yesterday, went to a conference in Elko, which is about 4 hours east of us here in Reno. And Amy grew up there. And one time when she was in elementary school, they were supposed to write poems about Elko. And Amy did not like living in Elko. And she wrote a poem entitled Elko Schmelko. And I found it once when we were going through a bunch of stuff, and I could not stop laughing because the disdain from a child of 9, which I believe is what she told me, is great. It's amazing. It's one of those things that when you read it, you're like, it's kind of dripping in sarcasm that only a 9-year-old can give you. And when they first start getting sarcasm, and also just this disdain for the whole Elko area. So, but burying in the dirt, Elko Schmelko, exactly, John. John, how was your trip to Alaska? You were up there for work, or was that your motorbike trip? Aren't you taking a motorbike trip up there? I can't remember. I seem to make things up in my head, but I know you were in Alaska because you asked me about it. So I tried to make I made the ice cream and stuff last night. I'll wait till you answer. But for work. Okay. And I was going to make the cookies last night. We ended up making them this morning after we got back from the lab to get our blood drawn. And a good thing I did because I needed baking soda and I couldn't find it because I was looking for baking powder. And then we had a huge bag of baking soda over there. And I was like, this is a good thing I did not make this last night because there was also stuff I couldn't find. So pretty funny. Anyways, Fairbanks is cold. Has one of the largest temperature swings in the whole world. Can go from 90 degrees in the summertime at the high to being negative. It can be in negative 50 or below. So I'm watching these because it literally says browned and crisp. So these are starting to get there. I'm not sure. It must be a textural difference that we're looking for here. And then I'm going to add the garlic, and then again about a minute, and then we add in the dry rice. Now again, remember this is where it got us last time. Is that we thought this can't be right, but it is. So once again, can this work? So we're going to have 2 things we're going to need to do. So while this goes off the heat after the rice goes in for a while and we add the chicken broth, we do have to do the mushrooms in a set. That's where the reserved frying pan is going to come back in. So why do people live there? Because the university, I guess. But I otherwise, I don't know. Why do people live in Alaska in general? I grew up there, and I guess it's beautiful for 3 months. 3 months in a year, and then the rest of it is a cold, desolate wasteland that sucks your soul out through your heart and makes you want to, that's why they have to have tanning salons everywhere. Literally, it's our town that has 7,500 people in it, there's 7. 7 that, there's 10 bars or 20 bars and 20 churches. So tanning salon, God, and booze. That's what you get in Alaska. So, oh yeah. So these are reduced down quite a bit. Oh, they do. You can see that's almost all of it from what I put in there. So I do have it on a medium heat, which is what you want. And then, I mean, this is probably more than medium, but it's, whatever. Oh, my hair, jeez, it's in my face again. This week, I'm trying not to wear a cap as much as I have been. Like, I wear one to work a lot. And more people have asked me, like, oh my God, you grew your hair. I'm like, yeah, like, for a while now. And then I went to pick Carmen up this week to go to a doctor's appointment. And a lady in the office, she was like, I said something, and they said, "Oh, your hair low," because I've been in there a few times to pick Carmen up for doctor's appointment, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it was my project or whatever." And she goes, "Well, you're doing it right over there, like real soft." I was like, "Whoa, really throwing it out there, trying to pitch your pitch."
I will note that is the one secretary and then because I've heard of multiple dads.
That's true. Gin Tan Salvation. That's funny. Yeah, it smells so good. And I'm actually going to add in, I think, because of the way the heat is, I'm going to add this in. And by the time this minute goes by, they'll be crisp enough. And then the garlic will also be not over crisp. So, and then let's see. Okay. Coat in the shallot mixture, because I guess that's a thing. Even though there's not a lot in there. Oh, God. Why is fresh garlic just so good, right? Again, like we said early on, just put garlic, butter, and onions in a pan, and somebody will think you're like a pro chef. All right, I'm not taking that too much further because I don't want it to burn. So that is basmati rice. You could use long grain or even jasmine. I just felt like the recipe said to use basmati, and I think it's good. On a future episode of Doug versus Rice, that's why I think we should call the show now, because it's my arch nemesis. But I'm going to make risotto. We had on the ship, we had this Parmesan, it was just like Parmesan risotto, cream risotto. Oh, God, it was so good. And then there was like a lobster risotto and a mushroom risotto. But I was thinking we should do lobster risotto because the one they do, at Western Village Steakhouse here in Sparks, they have, it's real good. Like, you can get it as a side, but you can just eat it by itself. That's how good it is. Okay, so this is going to go for about 2 to 3 minutes. I'm going to leave it as it is. It's going to get opaque, but still have a little bit of translucent center, but opaque on the outside. So previously on DVR. You know what? I actually thought about filming a cinematic for this, for the opening of this, of which I fought the rice pilaf in the rice-a-roni box, and then it panned to the rice-a-roni being on my chest and being knocked out with like fake blood. But who's got time for that? Not this guy. We probably could have done it last night, but I really didn't think about it, and then I was like, well, maybe next time. So this is the part that got us last time, is that when we were doing this at the Airbnb we were at on the coast, I don't think that this pan is plenty hot. I can feel the heat coming up this high, even when I turned it down. That we just didn't cook the rice long enough for it to actually be good. So I'm just watching it now, and you can start to see it start to, clear up a little bit. Yeah. What else? Yeah. So this one is this is a portable gas stove, and the other one was like an old school plug-in one. Even the one the other one we have, which is plug-in, gets way hotter faster. So, okay. Starches. Some of the starches and coating of the rice will stay on the fat and help them separate. So that's good. Keep the rice separate, which is what I'm seeing here. It's not big clumps, which is what we want. I mean, it already looks good, even though it's not totally cooked. So then I'm going to add the pasta in, the thyme, the bay leaves, and the broth, and then 2 tablespoons of salt and and then pepper, and then let that bring it to a boil. Cover the pot, reduce the heat to low, cook until the rice is cooked through. So that's 20 to 25 minutes, and then I'm going to move this over to there to let that happen, and then we'll come back here. Should we, while this is doing its bit, should we make a quick cocktail? I think that's a good idea. So we're making whiskey sours. We don't have orange peel, so if it doesn't look like a whiskey sour, whatever. I got my cocktail shaker. I need 2 ounces of bourbon. That's fine. I'll just make one for me then. I mean, I like them. I like whiskey. So, and we need 1 ounce of fresh lemon juice, which I've got. Oh, I put the lemon juice away like a dum-dum. You know what's fun is now that I have the lapel mic, you can hear me anywhere I go. So this is just that organic lemon juice that we got. So 1 ounce of this. This is the sour part, everybody, if you didn't know. 3/4 of an ounce or 1.5 tablespoons of maple syrup. So I'm just going to eyeball this. This is, you could use simple syrup, probably. Let's take a look. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to add the broth in. Stir that around. Get any of the brown bits that might have formed on the bottom. There's a flavor, everyone, as we know. And I need to add the pasta back. Right. Sorry to stop in the middle of this. Pasta. The 2 bay leaves. And then I have just some fresh thyme, which you just need 2 sprigs. Now, it doesn't say to chop them, which I find to be interesting. So I'm just going to sort of add them in there, see what happens. I know. What sounds different? This, oh, the sound is, oh, yes. John, did you not see? Yeah, I have a lapel mic up here. I got some feedback. Now I've had this feedback. Somebody gave this to me a while ago that maybe we should get one. But then I'm lazy by nature. And so I was like, well, I guess I'll try and figure out how to do that. And then I didn't. And so this week somebody was like, we really wanted to watch the last week's with the goat cheese. And they couldn't, I guess I was fading out. So I don't know. I watched it and it did seem lighter than normal. So I was just like, well, why not? So what do I need here? 2 tablespoons, I think. Oh my God, 2 teaspoons. That would have been tablespoons. Would have been way too much. So it seems like it's a lot of salt, everyone. It is not. Don't worry. I've learned, like, I watched this thing on like a steakhouse, and they were cutting the meat. Was that last night? Yeah. And they drowned them in like salt on the top. It was crazy the amount of salt they put on it. So, but again, they're just using it to sort of. So, oh man, that already looks good with the rice and everything and the orzo. So you want to bring this to a boil, and it's going to cover pot and then bring it to a boil, reduce the heat, and then I'm going to move it over here. And then, since it's almost to a boil, and then I will cover it, put it on low. All right, now back to this, where I was already. Oh, I've made everything. So now I shake it and then I drink it. And you guys are jealous. Again, ideally you'd have an orange for a garnish, or orange peel for a garnish. If you don't, you probably could add maybe a couple dashes of bitters, orange bitters if you got it. Give it a little orange. If you wanted to, you could also just add little lime zest. That's probably acceptable in this manner. And I also have cocktail cherries. So This is a classic cocktail, you know. These are quite delightful, and whew, I like it. Picasso. Okay. And okay, so that's at a boil. Let's get this cocktail cherry in there. And remove that from the heat. Okay, let it go to a simmer and cover. So now we got 25 minutes. I'm going to check it at 20, and then if we need more, we'll go. But you don't want to overdo the rice because you put, well, my flip flop almost killed me there. Okay. Well, let's see. It's delightful. It really is delightful. I like the maple syrup. Gives it a little bit of more dimension of flavor. Okay. So while that's doing its business, I need to make sure I'm not a crazy person here, which is not going to happen. Get some room here. $20 for cherries. Yes, they are. That's not as aggressive. I liked it. I think I was just trying to make a point. Show this drink who's boss. I'm not the boss of anything in my life. I'm the boss on this show, and that's the only thing I can do. And actually, I'm really not the boss here either. So they're $15 cherries if you go to Costco and get the 2-pack. So I did see them at Whole Foods yesterday for a single. They were 15 or 16 bucks, but you got to go to Whole Foods, which, you know. Okay. Now, in our reserved skillet, heat 2 teaspoons of oil. Let me make sure I'm not insane here. Oh, yes. Oh, so then we're going to brown the butter and then afterwards. So we got kind of a theme here because the cookies are those brown butter cookies, and so they're pretty good. So this is going to get hot because what we're trying to do here is this is going to be like to the point where this olive oil is going to be basically smoky because we're going to add in half of the mushrooms in a single layer because you want them to crisp. So that's the biggest thing. I don't want to add any salt or anything right away because if we add salt, it's going to draw moisture out. And that's not the goal of what we're trying to do here. What we're trying to do here is crisp these up. And then I'll need another bowl, but I'll figure that out when I get there. Because I need to transfer these out and put the other ones in. I could probably just use this bowl because they'll cook down. So we just need to let this kind of go. And you're going to be like, Doug, that oil's been sitting in there too long. Believe me, it has to get to right before it sets right here. Just beginning to smoke. So turn it up. So tomorrow, I'm going to make a Boston butt pork shoulder for Monday. We're going to John and Adriana's for dinner tomorrow, but I've got it marinating for carnitas. Basically, I made basically a cilantro and citrus fruit marinade that's been sitting in since yesterday. We're having fried chicken tonight because Amy does not like fried chicken. I don't know who doesn't, but she doesn't. And so we get that fried chicken that I make here. So that's gonna be great. And that's been sitting in a bath of salt, pepper, and the jalapenos in the other one. But hot sauce, thank you. I got there, and buttermilk, and we mix that together. Now the hot sauce, I don't have it. It's not a ton of hot sauce, but it's enough to give it sort of a little kick onion. You could also add pickle juice if you wanted to really sort of give it a weird flavor, which I've seen. So if you don't want to do that, don't do that. But do you guys make fried chicken often? Fried foods? I think it's kind of one of those things that like either you make it or you just don't. So looking for smoke. Oh, I see it! I see it! Ah! So this is a 1.5 pounds of mixed mushrooms. There's shiitake, there's oyster, and there's miitake here, I believe. And so I'm gonna toss these in the oil just a little bit, and then I'm gonna arrange them in a single layer so that they crisp up. Oh yeah, I'm super stoked about this. Thanks, Denise. Whew. Denise has her new glasses on because she can't see anything apparently these days. So, but that's fun. That's just a good cocktail. I really enjoy that. All right, so I'm gonna I gotta stop playing with these because if I don't, actually, and I think I'm gonna add just a little bit more to get to half. As it says, undisturbed, and they're gonna be golden brown underneath. Stop disturbing them. I don't know what this undisturbed means. Okay. If somebody wanted to post in the chat, what episodes the ice cream and the cookies were, that'd be awesome if you could find them. If not, I'll post them in the description later so you can go back in. But I'll show you the cookies. They turned out beautifully. I mean, it's like a perfect looking cookie. You're welcome. So we got a little technique that we're gonna do. Okay. 5 minutes, season with salt and pepper, and then toss. Continue to cook and prevent scorching, and then we're going to do it all over again. So, thank you. I love mushrooms. When you get like fresh wild mushrooms or something that isn't a brown or button mushroom or baby bella, the umami that they bring to the table, you can really even in some cases substitute it for meat if you're really clever. So yeah, we're coming up on 100, everybody. This is 97. We have 3 to go. Can you believe that? I'm looking for ideas. What should we do for episode 100? Should we do a retrospective where I wear a smoking jacket and we talk about all the successes and failures while Sarah McLachlan is playing on the back? I will remember you. And we like laugh and I'm like, and then we go to cut to a scene in which we're having a great time together. I mean, I could do that, but I mean, we could do, that's not a bad idea, Denise. Side dishes greatest hits. We could make bruschetta. We could make one of the mac and cheeses. So, I mean, well, high five, Adriana, for doing 10 lessons on Duo today in a row. Nice work. Nobody likes a flashback episode? What if we did a flashback episode of episodes that never happened? I think it's a great idea. And then it's just me, it's just weird cutaways and, so I don't know. I think it's a good idea. If you don't like it, you don't know nothing. That's what I'll say. Yeah, I honestly, guys, I just want to go back on vacation or just be retired. So if anybody can help make side dishes super successful, I can just do this instead of go to my regular job, that'd be really helpful. So, with that, we've been at 120 subscriptions for a little bit now. We jumped up from 116 to 120. Tell your friends, just tell them to subscribe, even if they never watch. I don't care. And tell them to tell their friends, and then if they tell two friends, and if they tell two friends, then we're gonna rule the world eventually. Don't you want me to do side dish all the time? I mean, I'll still be as unprepared as anything, but I would just be able to sleep more. Which, if anything, vacation taught me is that I really like to sleep. So, let's take a look. We got anything here? Yeah, we're starting to get there. If again, like I said, if we had added salt to this, the amount of liquid that would have been drawn out, you wouldn't have been able to get like sort of the coloration. And also, if I look with one eye closed, I could trick myself into thinking this is like dark meat chicken or pork or something like that. That's exactly, which is why they say to do this in two different things. So I have some really poor looking parsley here, which we're just going to chop and put on top. If you have some dill or tarragon or better looking parsley, whatever, use that. But this is what I had. Yeah, I don't know. What else Denise, what's going on with you? You got any projects going on? Did you go thrifting this weekend at all? Oh man, I thought maybe we would stop on our way back, but naps are really good. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm going to show you what we're kind of talking about here. So you can see here, especially, there's nice crispy brownness. That's what we're looking for. So I'm going to turn this over. And now what I'm going to do, there's a lot of it. It's going to be so good. I can tell you that. Okay. So now we have that. And we need to season with salt and pepper. I'm just going to give it, You know what, though? I wonder if it would be. Well, yeah, I can understand that. I think I've seen that. Where did we've seen that somewhere? Yeah. So I'm covering that with the salt and pepper. Then I'm tossing it so that they get the flavor. And then continue to cook, tossing off, and reduce the heat and the need to prevent scorching. Yep, I'd like to prevent scorching. That's right. Oh my God, it's gonna be so good. Hey John, are you prepared to help me build a pizza oven this summer? Because it's happening, everybody. And then we're gonna do some episodes from the pizza oven outside, and it's gonna be amazing. Yeah, we're ready. I have an idea. We're gonna use red brick for the base, for the cinder blocks. I'm gonna actually tonight after the episode and after we eat, depending on what the time is, I'm gonna get some the melamine like shelving stuff that they have. It's got that, and I'm gonna get some concrete. I'm gonna make a little small batch, and we're gonna make a little tabletop and see how it comes out. Because I want to test the making that. I want to make the way I want to make it is I want to like build frames for that are not super thick, but also allow me to have shape instead of just being square. So we'll see. I also had a dream last night that I didn't turn out amazing, so that's got to be something. Yeah. So you can always see here. We got 7 minutes to go over here. Let's take a look. Oh my goodness. So there's a lot of absorption already happened here. That bay leaf. Holy crap. So I'm gonna we've got 7 minutes to go before we hit 20 minutes, and then we'll taste it and see how it comes out. But right now, who knows? We may have beat ricepilaf. I'm not gonna get cocky because we got cocky before and we ended up eating crunchy rice. So was that what we ended up doing? I can't remember. We didn't. It did not. It was not edible. No. So, oh yeah. Okay, this is beautiful. So I'm just gonna. Showmanship for the crowd. Okay, so we're basically going to repeat that process with the second half, including the 2 tablespoons of oil getting to temperature. Same as the first. But this is an important, so when we talk about order of operation and stuff, this is what we're talking about. It's important to make sure that you have, that you do things in the proper order, because, and with the intent that it needs, because, you know, people who make recipes, not me, know what they're doing. So again, this is already hot, so this shouldn't take too much time to get to temperature. Now that's brown, so it's already got the brown on the outside. Yes, is it sitting in a bowl on top of itself? Actually, you know what? I have a better idea. We're going to spread it out. So it's not as steamy, but it does, it's going to be a little bit, but then we won't lose some of the crisp that we had. So, Carmen's killing it in her computer literacy class online. She did 17% in like 2 days, which is amazing. So got to get that done, and she's finished government over while we were on our vacation. So yeah, Sir Mix-a-Lot. We definitely need Sir Mix-a-Lot. We definitely need, yeah. Oh, it's gonna be good. The pizza oven's gonna be good. We're gonna make so many good things in that pizza oven.
But traditionally, we mix them better with our feet.
We do. We can do some of it with our feet. And actually, Denise, that's the other thing we're going to be doing. We're going to be testing. We're going to be testing methods, because while yes, we have made two pizza ovens out of a dome, and the way we've done it, and it's been great. There is some idea of getting bricks and doing it with bricks. Oh yeah, we made 3 because 1 caught on fire. But you know what? You didn't hear that here. It was exciting. My friend Kyle was out there, and then he's like, your pizza oven's on fire. And I was like, well, it's supposed to be. And he's like, no, the back is on fire. So, all right. So maybe I went more than half and half, but this will cook a little bit. The point is, leave it alone, let it do its thing. Oh, yeah. Perfect. So, let's just take a look at that one more time. I'm going to find a piece here and I'm going to eat it because I want it. Oh, yeah. It's not fully cooked through, so it's got some teeth. And that's good, because what's happening here, it's all going to come together in the end, and we're going to kill it. So, while this is happening, we need a few things. You need ice cream, and you need a cookie. Don't ignore this.
2 cookies.
That's right, 2 cookies. So here's the ice cream, like I said, we made last night. Denise sampled it, and she says it's not poisonous, so we should be fine. And I think I ate enough of it last night, too.
Nobody else can do that.
So I've got an offset spatula, a 3-inch round here for cutting. I'm taking this cookie, and I'm putting it inside the round. And then you're going to take, I mean, it's really simple. You're going to take your ice cream scoop here. Get yourself a decent sized scoop of ice cream. Now you're going to be like, Doug, that's too much. But you know what? You don't know what you're talking about. Just trust me. And this is where your offset spatula comes in, because you're going to kind of break it down a little bit here. And you're going to push it into the cracks. And this is by far one of the best ideas I have ever had. And whoever invented these things is a genius and should be given the Nobel Peace Prize for their continued work on keeping the human race from killing each other. Because this thing is beautiful. I'm just pushing this down and making sure that it fills in all of the cracks here. You know? And again, this is just a technique thing, right? We're not doing anything that's like out of craziness here. And then I'm taking this one right on top, taking the bottom one that has the thing, and boom. Now we have that. Spatula, come here. And now you just take this around the side here. Oh my God, it's gonna be so good. This is probably too much ice cream, but who cares? There's no such thing as too much ice cream. So we'll figure this out. And then Denise is on the other side. She's going to, you won't see this happen, but I'll show you here. God, come help me. Help me, Jesus, help me. But I saw somebody the other day, it was something from, I think it was from Abbott Elementary School, was like, what in the name of baby and adult Jesus is going on here? And I thought that was hilarious. Okay, so you're going to wrap it inside of aluminum foil. And the only reason I do that is because I want to keep everything together. I'm going to put this on 5 minutes, and I'm going to check after we unwrap this. But you put it in, once you wrap it, you're going to put it into the freezer because you want it to come back and be that. And then, I mean, I know we're kind of eating dessert before we eat our dinner. I mean, what's there to say about it? It's a brown butter cookie with vanilla ice cream. It's delicious. Yep. I made a lot of things on here, but it's real good. Carmen can have some. Denise can have some. Oh my God, it's so good. Okay. I'll let you. I know. Thing. I wish that I could teleport you things that we make thing because, you know, of all the people who watch this show, I feel like you would appreciate them the most. I mean, I know other people watch this show, and I know it's probably controversial for the host to say they have a favorite guest, but or a person who watches the show, but week in and week out, you're here, so I can say whatever I want. So. Again, this has come together much faster because there's less. So we've got the same fun. Killing this. Oh, let's test our rice here. Like I said, things are coming together very fast. So I'm going to fish out the 2 Baileys because they've done their job here. Let's finish one thing, then do another. Okay. Again, spread it out. I think we're done with this, so we can put that right here. Thanks, Denise. Now we've got rice and pasta that isn't crunchy. What is happening? I told you I was going to win. I mean, it is a little sticky on the bottom, but that's to be expected. So far, so good here, everyone. Good job. Okay. It's real. That bay leaf is so strong. You probably only needed one of those. Oh, you gotta share. So. Okay. Now. Oh, I need this. I did not read. Your stomach is a little whoopsies. Okay. Now, here's 6 tablespoons of butter. What are we going to do with the 6 tablespoons of butter? A lot. We're going to put that in there, and over high heat, we're going to melt it. And then we're going to wait till this foams, because then we're going to add the mushrooms in. Now, we're honestly, what are we doing here, folks? We're browning the butter. We're going to brown the butter. So that's why we want it on high. And then we're going to put the mushrooms back in here, spoon it over the top, and then we'll add the lemon juice and the zest but we'll remove it from the heat first because we don't want to, and that's where the thing is. So you can see how it's starting to foam, which is good. So when we did this earlier for the cookies, I just did it a little slower. But so what happens when we're browning butter? What's the process? Does anybody know? I mean, besides just heating butter up. Basically, as you probably all know, butter is made up of butter fat, which is sort of what ghee is made out of. And then there is milk solids and water, obviously. And when you're browning the butter, you're not actually browning the oil. You're using the oil to brown the milk fats. What do you think, Carmen? Is it pretty good? We got 2 thumbs up, everybody, and ice cream on her face. So I think she likes it. Fantastic. I liked it, and that's, yeah, because it's delightful. But what I would do is if you're going to make those, let them sit probably overnight and get, because when you buy those, they're called, Nestle makes them or whoever makes them, they're called Toll House. They're called Big Eds, which I don't know why they're called Big Eds, but okay. So this was about, I would say to get to here, we're talking 20 minutes. I mean, you could have probably called it more, maybe 21 minutes, but yeah. The rice is good. The orzo is interesting because it adds, sort of the starchy pasta-ness, and you're getting that with the rice too, but it's 2 different styles, so it's really good. So if you probably can, oh yeah. So I'm going to turn that down. Here they are. I'm going to add these back in here. And so you're just going to kind of toss these together. Because you want the brown butter and the mushrooms, it's lemony brown butter and mushrooms. That's what it is. That's what tops your thing. Being hot, you're going to get more, you're going to get some crispiness on this as well. What do you want? Got a cat meowing. So you're going to about toss it off and spoon, cook until butter smells nutty. It should have developed a nice color. It's nutty, just like me. I'm going to let it sit for about, I'm going to turn it way down. Let me check it. Yep, still burning. And then we're just going to let this kind of go for another minute, 2 minutes. You could go up to 5 minutes if your butter didn't get super brown right away. Ours did. We just go, there's a difference between burning butter and brown butter. One is bitter, and you don't want bitter butter, anyone. So don't be a bitter buddy Betty. Let's just put it that way. I got her. I got Carmen, which is always a difficult thing to do. Sometimes she just rolls her eyes at me because I'm trying to throw a few dad jokes into life for her. Oh, there's the middle finger. So I like the way these look. I'm going to call these jugs. So I'm removing them from the heat. And I'm just going to stir in this lemon zest, which is the zest of one kind of medium to large lemon. And just the juice of that same lemon. So mixing it together, you're going to get a beautiful, lemony, buttery, delicious kind of. Ooh, man, that smells good already. So. Yeah, I mean, yes. That's basically kind of, the nice part about these is like, we've made these cookies, we've made the ice cream base before. Just instead of the flavors, we just put, 2 tablespoons of vanilla in there and made it up. So, okay. Okay. We need to put a little bit more salt, a little bit more pepper. Now, if you wanted to put some herbs in here, you could. Like I said, that's where the dill or tarragon comes into. I'm just going to top with it. So we need a plate. So I have a plate right here, so we'll just use this. Okay, so oh, no, let me get this done. Instructions are important. Once again, this is the bon appetit. Like I said, it's the rice pilaf with lemony brown butter mushrooms. So to serve, uncover the rice pilaf and fluff with a fork. I have a fork right here. I'll just wash this one. Again, kind of fluffed already, but you can see, I think it looks pretty damn good, guys. What are you doing over there? You gonna type something sassy into the chat?
No, I did.
Oh, that a girl. Oh, that's very good. A math, my chicken. Okay, so we're going to transfer to a shallow bowl, and we're going to. So that you would, if you're, I'm going to do this for one serving just so we can taste it. But if you were going to do this, you'd just do it on like a platter or a shallow bowl, and then you just take some of the mushrooms here. You're going to top it on top like that. Now, if Amy were here, she would be like, "This is my favorite. It's all one color, which is her favorite kind of meal." So. Now, do you think we won? Because I think this looks unbelievable. Oh, before we go forward, just take, I've got a little bit of, like I said, parsley here or whatever. It's probably not going to be any addition, but who cares? Whole Foods. That's where I went. They have the best, like, for this kind of stuff. You can get, they were the mixed exotic. So. All right, so let's taste it. I think it looks pretty good. I think it's going to taste amazing. Yeah. I mean, come on. I mean, this is it's so good. I'm going to cry because I beat it. It's so good. So, slow as you go here. That's the real mission. The great part about, was that a dog burping?
Yeah.
That was gross. So I like the lemonness to it. You don't necessarily, I mean, the good part is I just had a piece of mushroom that was like soaked in brown butter and the mushroom and the lemony, so it was like really, really, really great tasting. If you had a pork chop, a really good piece of chicken, this would be unbelievable as a side for it. So, you should make it. Why not? What do you got to lose? Nothing. Man, it is really good. Here, you tell me what you think. Jack might be dying over here. Well, that's just what we need is dying dog sounds and then yak it up. What do you think? Another thumbs up. Oh my God. That's how I know we win. So, okay. Next week, who knows? I don't, you don't. We'll see what's happening. We are in town. It's going to be amazing. Remember that we love you. Thanks for showing up again. And show this episode to somebody you love because I think that it's real great. John, we'll see you tomorrow. Everybody else, we'll see you next week. Remember that we love you so much. Thanks for showing up. And be kind and be loyal and do something nice for somebody this week. We love you so much. We'll see you next week.